Shalamar.
Their single, you remember their single, Make That Move? Make That Move. Oh, no. Okay, some of those were hits. Some of those were hits in the UK as well. Some of them, some of them are hits in the UK, yeah.
So now, I'm just lifting this one up, guys. And obviously you get the back there still, yeah? But then I've now looked at the next one. So the two guys are more musician-y?
Yeah, so they can play musicians.
1 second, these guys have got another album. Like, this is the third album I'm looking at, guys. How much albums are these guys bringing out?
Quite a few albums. They did quite a few albums there. Did quite a few albums, yes. Quite a few albums. This album was another gold album as well.
So the record's straight.
And it's got Friends in it. I've got friends.
1982.
Affinity Xtra. Be Xtra.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are personal and do not necessarily represent the views of Affinity Xtra.
Yeah. People, this is the boy here, Roger Moore, and Affinity Xtra, the better gospel music, Black Origin, and this is what we're doing. We're looking at a blast of pest of black music history. I'm alongside the black music historian Kevin Tomlin, and we are putting aside great treasures of information, of teasers to some of the great works that black musicians have done, and singers and producers within the creative industry, which people may not realize or recognize what we've done out here, bro. Yeah, so so for me, again, a lot of times, guys, I'm coming to show as I'm a church boy, so I only know. I'm not saying all church boys only know, but I was kind of shelter life, so I don't know all the stuff that was going on when I was younger. I know I'll probably hear the tune and go, oh, that tune. But so I'm here to get schooled. So you're going to hear me as I get taught. You're going to go on this journey taught. I think we must be looking about 50 teachings right now. They're calling teachings in it, brother. You know what I mean? Once they got teachings, the teachings of Kevin Tomlin. You know what I mean? To Roger Moore, and it's like it's interesting because we almost doing like a people watching the teachings. It's kind of you kind of documenting me learning, and I think. Myself and Kevin, we kind of picked it up when he first was telling me stuff when I was going for walks through COVID, and he was telling me stuff. I was like, yo, this could be a great conversation. You know what I'm saying? We tried it out, and the rest is history. So you do check out. Yeah, I'm saying. So do guys check out on Affinity Xtra. We've got a library of library of information about black music history, and it's there not as a way to say that black people has done everything. We're there unveiling the truth behind situations. So we're just revealing the truth, where it's a Jew doing it, whether it's a Swedish mixer that does it, someone from Sweden, whether it's a French composer who taught somebody how to do composition. We will say it, and also we show where people of the African diaspora has impacted the world through their creative arts. That's you know right, what I'm saying? So we're gonna, because we know we haven't documented enough this truth, and said our truth, not everybody else's truth, our truth. Yeah, everybody's truth is Elvis Presley was amazing creative and was the king of rock and roll. The truth was he loved black music and he reflected it. Yes. He chilled out with the man them.
And he worked with them.
He worked with them. It's not like he didn't like them. He never went in teams and they didn't know. You know what I mean? He just loved the vibe.
He just say it. He tell the truth. He say, this is my influence.
I come like Eminem, no one that's you know what I mean, roll with the band, you know what I mean? And he said, yo, I could do it as well, I love it, man, I love it. So it happens, man, it happens, there's nothing there. So today, guys, some of the elements which is important is record labels. So Kevin's gonna tell me there's this particular record label, and I've seen this logo so many times buying singles back in the 90s, which was like, it looks like a sun. Yeah. With some little thing over it still, yeah.
It's so that's it.
Yeah. So the symbol is there. So Kevin, take it from the top, man. Let's talk about Solar Records.
Well, Solar Records was a spin-off. It came out from Soul Train Music or Soul Train Records, which Dick Griffey and also Donny Cornelius.
So Soul Train, you mean the Soul Train where everybody's like, it's going...
Yeah, so all the darts, yes.
Go down the chair. Yo, there's some moves getting bossed up, people get down and, you know what I mean? That's when you know flares and flares, man.
Yeah.
So, once again, just I don't want to focus too much on Soul Train.
Yeah.
But we could do a whole episode about the impact of Soul Train in it. Oh, but sorry.
Look, if you talk about the impact of Soul Train, you have to go back to Chicago Soul Sound and where the brothers started, Don Cornelius, because he was a radio personality in that domain, and then he migrated to the West Coast. Brother, look.
So effectively, Solar Records was basically Soul Train's record company.
Yeah, it was a Soul Train record company, and then Dick Griffey bought out Don Cornelius, and actually control it, and then he changed the name
to Solar Records.
Soul Records in 77, 78. Yeah.
Wow.
And the rest is history. And
so this record company, okay.
Yeah, this record company became one of the top-selling record companies, black record companies during the 80s. Actually, yes. Babyface came out of there, L.A. Reid, and production.
So it's amazing, guys. Like, you know, for me as a promoter, it's amazing because a promoter is basically seeing all his talent.
Dick Griffey was a promoter as well. He was a soul promoter.
This is what I'm saying to people, man. Promoters have been marginalised in the UK. Yeah, because if we had backed our promoters, our UK black promoters, you're saying Christian black promoters, these are the guys that should have been setting up record labels and production because they naturally see talent beyond their best friend because they got to put a show on. So they know what it takes to put a show on.
Exactly.
And again, promoters are one of the most marginalized. And I'm saying, you know, I'm kind of a promoter as well, you know, people. But but we are marginalized. And I am saying my prime skill is being a promoter. And almost a talent find because I've done compilation albums, I've done records and whatever. Because I feel like artists have a kickback because they like to be independent. That's the one thing about UK gospel artists. They love their independence, love to do what they feel like doing, what they want to do. But we cannot really break the threshold without, as we see with Reach Records. So this is why this special episode is about Solar Records, which was birthed out of a platform which promoted black culture.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. The thing about it, I think two of the members, Jody Watley, one of the early members of Solar Records, was a dancer at Soul Train Awards. So Soul Train syndicate television thing. She came out of that. She came out of that musical experience.
Crazy.
And the thing about it is that Dick Griffey is being called the kingpin of soul promoters. He was a major soul promoter. He promoted the Whispers, the OJ, everybody. He was their special man, the calling ticket for promotion across the United States. It was a big brother.
Boy,
Major.
you learn, man. You learn. Soul Train, you know. Soul Train. Okay, cool. So, and talk to us. Okay, we'll look into next time, Kevin, before the winter kicks in. He comes up and we'll look into Soul Train, bro. I think
I think Soul Train.
I think that's
Soul
very,
Train is very impacting,
and even some of the acts that have been on Soul Train.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's a bit, you know, it's a unique platform that's revered to this very day.
Yes, it is. It is highly regarded as the platform that built many artists' careers. Black artists in particular, and white artists too. Yeah. So, well, when we look at Solar Records, it's very interesting, the activity with them. But the brother who started it is from Nashville, Tennessee. That's where he was born. 16th of November, 1938. Unfortunately, he passed away during 2010, you know. Okay. He was 71 when he passed away. But the brother, he briefly attended Tennessee State University.
Cool.
Before he was listed into the United States Navy at age 17. And so he was very much, but he was very much involved in musical varieties and shows and things like that. And so he developed his craft, and he was a manager for Whispers before he signed them to
his label.
Very, 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 very interesting man. He was regarded as the next Motown, so to speak. That's the level. And the record label, solo record, is called The Sound of Los Angeles Records. The Sound of Los Angeles Records.
Okay.
In 1977, that's when it was established. Because there was Soul Train Records in 1975.
Yeah.
And then it emerged as he purchased the shares
from
Cornelius, and then develop Solar Records.
No. That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Yes.
So you know with okay, so right, you get into the mid-70s now, yeah. So I'm a baby, right at the time, yeah. Literally, I'm a baby. You know what I'm saying? So you've got this. So what is? So you got again another West Coast sound. We talked about West Coast gospel. We looked at West Coast. So you're talking about in the mid-70s now. This is the ironic thing is this is after Andre Crouch as well. You know what I'm saying? And after the Hawkins effect. You know what I mean? So this is why
it's all bubbling right around.
Right. So you're having and this is where again, guys, do check out our podcast. This is when you see that. The gospel was growing parallel with the amazing stuff, and the production levels of gospel was on par, if not inspiring.
Sometimes it was even better.
Sometimes it still is to this day, man. Better, But the thing is like, okay, so what are the groups that people will know? So let's because the thing is, if you think of Solar Records, I remember seeing some of the six. I probably saw it in the 90s after it became a subsidiary, if you know what I'm saying. It became more subsidiaries after about 10-15 years of doing really well. Then they get bought out by a
sometimes they get bought out, or they stop releasing and become catalog labels and so on.
And I think the distribution companies really locked it down in the 90s. And you know what I'm saying? And basically,
it's a real problem
because they basically wanted to say, listen, we got to own this pathway. You know what I'm saying? And the only way to get into all the shops is to distribute through us. That's it.
That was being the problem.
So but they got caught out because when digital era came through,
that messed up the record company.
Because of their greed in the 90s.
Exactly, you said it right, brother.
90s and 2000s.
Craven.
You know what I'm saying? Distribution companies were very, very greedy.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The creativity of the record labels on the ground, they're doing their thing, but they have to go to a major just to get their music distributed, and they can put it everywhere, but they'll just limit them. Yeah.
Yes.
And so it's definitely crazy one. But talk to me, bro. 77. What artists are we talking about? What significant noises and moves can we sing?
The first significant artist that explode and give them their first million seller, biggest hit, was the one that I'm not sure which one came first because it's either the Shalamar. That's what we need to check out. It's either the Shalamar came first with the number one hit, or Whispers. Shalamar did second time around.
Yeah.
And Whisper did As the Beat Goes On. So they were around the same.
As the beat goes on, I think I've heard it.
As the beat goes on. Here it is. Here it is.
Sorry, guys. So his album, yeah. Now, bear in mind, I'm like the Whispers. I have never heard the Whispers before. You know what I'm saying? So everyone's gonna laugh at me, going, "What you hear the Whispers?" You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I was listening to Andre Crouch and Edwin Hawkins. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I weren't listening to, but yeah, Whispers. Yeah. You got that hairstyles, got the big mustache there still. Yeah, by them brothers, them still. Yeah, and you got like what's it called? My Girl.
Yeah, they
did version of My Girl. I said Smokey Robinson did the original to that. Yeah. Okay, so we were already doing out the box. Welcome into the Dream, and the beat goes on. Okay, right. So that's the one you're on about there.
Yes.
You got
The Big Girl
Welcome.
one was a silver certification in the UK, so it was a bestseller as well.
Okay, so did you know off that one?
Yeah, it became a bestseller, and I think it went to pop number 2, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was huge. It was huge. It was.
And then Whispers have got some of the twins as well. That's in the group as well, man.
Walter and Scott.
Yeah,
yes,
Walter and Scott, man. So you had Walter and Scott, Walter and Wally Scott. You had Marcus Houston.
That's
you had
right.
Nicholas Caldwell.
Yes.
And you had, is that Levo Degree? Yeah. That's a living black man name. But you got Solar Records, you know what I'm saying, based in LA.
Yeah,
man. You know what I'm saying? So right on the West Coast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Right on the West Coast. There's some serious musicians on it.
yeah.
And
So
they had their own studio band. And also, this brother, Steve Odges, who was also responsible for, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis hits during the 80s. He had the privilege of working 2 black labels in the end.
Steve who?
Steve Odges.
Where's it? Oh, yeah, see there.
Yeah, sound engineer, major white sound engineer. Yeah, they employ him directly to work for them. Yeah.
Mixed at Westlake Studios, Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
okay,
Westlake
cool.
Studio. Yeah, famous Westlake.
Okay, so that's the Whispers, guys. Okay, cool.
So that was the first.
That's the first platinum album, yeah.
And first gold single, yeah.
Okay. So we got that one out of the way.
Yes.
So I see the face again out here.
Yeah,
So they're basically, would you say they're a soul group?
Well, they are a soul group. When you look at the Whispers in particular, they had quite a few hits for the label. Hits for the label, and they're best known for their 2 big hits, As the Beats Goes On and Rocksteady was done by Helen Babyface, but the first hit that they had, As the Beat Goes On, was done by a brother by the name of Leon Silvers. Yeah. Famous.
So what's this one here anyway? So yeah, so this is obviously this album here, guys. Yeah, have a look at this. Yep, there you are.
That album would be a follow-up from from that album. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the album that came out afterwards.
Yeah, the album that came out afterwards, and it was also another big seller. It was gold certified. I mean, it's, gold certified. Imagine.
Yeah, Imagination is on this one.
And it was R&B number 3.
Okay.
Yeah, because the first one was R&B number 1. Now, this is interesting. The story of the first one, this is another interesting story, because I need to tell you this about the interesting story about the Whispers' first number 1 album. It actually took over. It actually dethroned Off the Wall. It took Off the Wall of the number 1 position. Look at it. See it right? Took Off the Wall of the number 1 position, and they were number 1. Look how many weeks they were number 1 for.
That's the album?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It was number 1 for 8 weeks.
That's not bad, man. Jeez.
And it was a platinum. It became a platinum seller, million seller for 8 weeks. And straight after that, Quincy Jones came back with remember the Brothers Johnson album we had, Light Up. It came right after that and took it off. Light Up took it off.
So was it like a battle?
It was a battle between. Yes, it was a battle between.
But that's when you see standard rises, you know.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
battle,
saying? Where we see the battles between, not battles, but we see the creative battles between, like people.
Standard, because remember, Quincy Jones was very competitive, and Quincy Jones was dealing with standards and quality. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So that's
how we get the best, man. That's how we get the best, man.
They had to raise the standard.
And that's another thing, looking at UK gospel, we feel like we just want again, have one this, one that. It's great having multiple platforms, multiple record labels, because it brings a beautiful competitive spirit where you need to step up your game because so-and-so step up the game, and that's how they're going to do it. That's how they're going to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we just find better ways to do the same thing, So...
No. Yeah, because remember when Whispers and Quincy's doing that. You know, Motown is doing their thing with Lionel Richie, and the Commodores, and so forth, and Rick James. So it's a lot of bantering and competition going on here. It's Tremaine Hawkins, Tremaine Jackson. Let's Get Serious. That is from Motown. Boom, boom. So he's doing this thing in the 80s, right in the 80s.
So you got Motown as well.
Yes,
you got Motown, you got Solar Records.
Yes, you got Motown.
Quincy Jones.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Doing his thing.
Well, Quincy Jones kick off his label, during the 80s. So everybody is rocking and rolling at the same time.
Okay.
So you have, on the West Coast, you would have about maybe 3 or 4 black labels competing at the same time.
Crazy.
Whisper Record, Whitfield Records. Yeah. Shalamar. Motown, and so on. You know, other labels. There's about at least four labels competing coming out of the West Coast with hits.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. That's right. Now, guys, I'm looking at a cover here. That has now, we refer to them as killer whales, but also they've been called something else, so now they got a new name. I can't believe I forgot the name. I hate the sea. I don't swim. I don't go in the water, but these guys are the killers of the ocean. They kill sharks. So I see 3 people on top of 3 killer whales, so I know that's been superimposed on top. Because there's no way that you're gonna get these people on top of them killer whales looking like that still anyway. But that's just me being teasy. But this album, it does look fun anyway. So it's called Big Fun by a group I've never heard before called the Shalamar. So tell me, what's the hits on here?
Shalamar. Second time around was the big hit, and it was also a gold album. And it went on the R&B charts. It went to number 4.
Okay.
But second time around was a single. That was number 1. It went number 1.
Okay.
Yes, it was a monster hitting single.
They said they got and they remixed disco version of Right in the Socket.
Yes, that's right. Yes, they got that.
Okay,
Right
so they got the disc. Yeah.
They got Right in the Socket. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, they.
What year was this?
That was 1979. Actually, it was
1979.
Yes, it was released in 1979.
There's a lot of things that happened in the late 70s going to the 80s, bro.
Yes. That's right. Yeah.
Musically, there's a lot of things going on, and then I see their faces again here, bro. Yeah, a more mature version.
Yeah, the more mature version.
Free for Love.
Free for Love. And this is interesting about Free for Love. Free for Love. According to this, it was platinum in the UK and also gold in the US. So it got transatlantic.
I need to listen to some of that stuff because I forget. So I'm looking at, and this is when they got 24. They even put their ages on here.
Yeah.
One's born the same year as my dad. Jeez. My mom. Jeez, same age as my mom. That's crazy. Jeffrey Daniel.
You
know what I'm saying? And Jodie Watley. And you got Howard Hewitt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, these guys, we're going. I need to look into these guys.
Yeah.
Shalamar.
Their single, you remember their single, Make That Move? Make That Move. Oh, no. Okay, some of those were hits. Some of those were hits in the UK as well. Some of them are hits in the UK, yeah.
So now, I'm just lifting this one up, guys. And obviously you get the back there still, yeah? But then I've now looked at the next one. So the 2 guys are more musician-y?
Yeah, so they can play musicians.
1 second, these guys have got another album. This is the 3rd album I'm looking at, guys. How much albums are these guys bringing out?
Quite a few albums. They did quite a few albums there. Did quite a few albums, yes. Quite a few albums. This album was another gold album as well.
Solar Records, straight.
And it's got Friends in it. I've got friends,
1982.
Yeah.
So it seems like these guys did a block of music over about a 7-8 year period.
Yeah. And remember, we don't have all the albums because there's one, Go For It, I don't have.
Okay.
That was their 5th album because this is their 6th album, Go For It, which was very big in the UK. Go For It was very, very big in the UK.
Man's got
as
a
well.
nice Fender bass there.
Yeah,
Yo.
yes. They're very, very big, and you'd be amazed that they use some of the most serious studio musicians. They had their own studio musicians technically, so they had a sound. You know what I mean? Yeah. Friends.
Okay,
Friends.
now
And
this
then
is
the last one I have, which is called
The Look.
The Look. Right.
Is
Let's
it,
look
guys?
at the look.
There's a
The
look on that, man.
That Look, yeah. Which was a gold in the UK. That was the 7th album, Look. Yeah.
That's gold in the UK.
Yeah, it was gold in the UK, yeah. Because a lot of them were also, they had gold certifications in the UK, you know. They're cross-Atlantic hits. They were the album was UK number 7 on the UK pop album charts, official, yeah. So they did very well across.
This is 83.
Yeah,
Jeez.
they have a big fan base in the UK. Big fan base. Even now, my cousin's manager
Yeah.
is associated with them. He does the promotion for them.
Okay.
Yeah. So
No
Shalamar,
way.
Yeah. So Shalamar Records is very interesting because a Babyface came out of that with hits as well.
So what was Babyface involvement with him as a producer?
He was involved as a producer. He was involved as a performer as well, a solo artist. So
Yes, yeah.
he was involved
So-
as a solo artist, and also there were other hit acts that came out like Midnight Star, and Lakeside, and so forth. They had female groups. So the brother had Dick Griffin had quite a combined hit-making machine going on.
And to be honest, it seems like this was the meeting place for L.A. Reid and Babyface.
Yes, it was the meeting place and the place where the
rest was history.
Where the rest was history. That they eventually became producers for Solar Record, right? Because the last hit album for Solar Record for the Whispers, which is Rock Steady, it was produced by them. Yeah.
And it's saying here, bro,
Yeah.
you know, you got the likes of Jimmy Jam
That's right.
and Terry Lewis.
Yeah, coming out,
you know what I'm
yes,
saying?
yes.
Basically, he was introduced to songwriters.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Griffey had always believed in giving new talent an opportunity to create and develop
That's right.
their
That's
craft.
right.
And he created
right.
a platform and he's kind of evolved a guy that basically masterminded was one of the masterminds behind Soul Train with the
Yeah.
early sound,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
early James Brown.
Yeah. Yeah. He's
You know
part
what
of-
I'm
he's part of
saying?
that, yeah.
And then he evolved into the 80s. He go from the 60s sound going into the 70s, and he's evolved. And
Remember,
and,
he was
yeah.
a major. He was a major music promoter.
Well,
He was one of the top major.
So
music
it's clear that he's
Yeah. Oh, yes.
he's he's got some skills. That's one thing, guys. It's not about age, you know. Sometimes it's about African ability to be relevant.
Look at this. Look at this now. A Night to Remember was one of their hits. A Night to Remember.
Who's
single.
hits? Who's at that?
The Shalamar.
Shalamar,
Night
okay,
to
yeah.
Remember.
Okay.
And also they did The Look, which was a gold album. Friends was the Friends that we have there. Eventually became a platinum album in the UK. Yeah.
Wow.
So they did extremely big. The only certification that the Whispers had was as the Beat Go and the single, which was silver certified for nearly 250,000 copies.
Okay.
Yeah, so they all did extremely well, bro. They all did extremely well.
He's got here. There's a number of names here. It's got that Solar Records was kind of involved with. It's got here Dynasty. Is it Dynasty?
Yes,
Dynasty.
that's another incredible.
Yeah,
Incredible group.
Lakeside.
Yes, that's right.
These names, I'm like, what on earth? Who are these guys?
yes,
Lakeside.
yeah.
You got Midnight Star.
That's right. Midnight Star had two. The Calloway brothers came out of that.
Yeah.
Who were responsible for turning Teddy Prendergast back to the top charts, and Gladys Knight and the Pips and so on. And Casanova by Leverts. These guys were responsible for that. Yeah.
You got Climax. And
Yes, that's another one. A girl group. Yeah, Climax.
Okay, right. And you've got Callaway Band.
Yes, that's right. Callaway Band. Yeah.
Yep. So they got Callaway Band, and then you got Carrie Lucas.
Yeah, Carrie Lucas, the wife of Dick Griffin, but she's using her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
Actually, the first year that they exploded in 1980, they made 40 million.
Okay.
They grossed 40 million, and 40 million in the early 80s
is
a
lot.
serious money.
Mad.
40 million.
Yeah.
They were one of the biggest black labels at that time.
Yeah,
40 million.
And there's a band called The Deal, which had L.A. Reid. And what people don't realize, L.A. Reid apparently was a serious drummer.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? But he focused on the business side of things. But
Not only thing, Dick Griffin allowed them, both L.A. and Babyface, to develop their craft in the studio with his sound engineer. He sent them in there to develop it because he wanted them to succeed. He wasn't greedy and just holding things. He wanted to get everybody. Come on.
Let's you know what I mean? So it's crazy. But then it all came to not end, but a slowdown.
Yeah, unfortunately, distribution problem. That's always okay. This is the thing. This is the thing that if we can master this, we can go really far. Is that we have to unite and develop good distribution platforms. This is what been the problem for Philly and all these labels. Because that's why they have to sell their catalog in the end, because they're having problems with distribution. It's always a problem.
It's always a problem when it comes to, especially African diaspora things. Is that if we own the networks, you know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's the truth.
You own the networks. We're cool, but we don't own no network.
No.
You know what I mean? So we always have to go to some other community to help us push it through. So they end up grossing off our skills. So we produce great cocoa in the West Africa, but we don't actually make the money. So I'm drinking coffee right now, probably from coffee beans in Africa. But who makes the majority of the money? Yeah, everybody outside of that farmer.
The major global operatives.
So people can say that's the way of the world. It is the way of the world, but also it is also the reality of what we're doing when it comes to when we're looking at black music, and it's always going to be a ceiling for us until we step up. And we've seen the likes of L.A. Reid step up there, and a lot of artists out there that stepped up into higher levels, and some of them got been bounced back down. So, you know what I mean, and so on. And you get a look at great creatives like Tyler Perry, and people got things to say about these guys and whatever.
They're always going to have things because that is true or not. I really don't want to know about their private life. I admire these guys for stepping out, and I know that they get a lot of beating, but without Taylor Perry, people wouldn't know about the famous soundtracks and singles from black artists of the past. Because he plays it on his film soundtrack. So he's very committed to black empowerment and development.
Yeah, man. He did the films, and he's continued to be doing the films. He might not agree with his formula.
Yes.
He might not like his formula. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, so he's putting out there, and he's putting out young actors out there all the time, and he's keeping it moving. So we gotta realize that we gotta get higher up. As we go higher up, we have greater responsibility for the next generation and the people going through. And people always gonna hate. They're gonna hate, you know what I mean? The people that stand up, they're gonna throw some hate your way, but just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? But no, definitely when it comes to solo records, bro, it looks like the impact has been very
because
interesting.
Think of the impact. Solo records.
You see, you keep moving it, though.
Sorry. Solo records keep on. Yeah. Solo Records was responsible for bringing L.A. and Babyface to the forefront. And Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis spin off from that. And the Solo Records sound engineer, Steve Odgis, who was responsible for the sound that we know about Janet Jackson and all the rest. He was a key facilitator for the next round of success going into from the 80s into the 90s and so on.
Yeah.
Because out of his influence and facilitating, you have the Calloway brothers, who was responsible for hit for Teddy Prendergast, Levert, and also Gladys Knight and the Pip. So the major hits from those two legends I mentioned, they were responsible for It's a Joy for Teddy Prendergast, which was number one.
Yeah,
And they produced it while Teddy Prendergast was in his wheelchair. They bring it back right in the top end. And Gladys Knight and the Pip, Love Overboard and so on, gold albums and monster hits.
Yeah, man.
Monster hits,
Yeah,
brother. Monster hits.
Yeah.
So these guys came out of the solo record musical workshop.
Yep.
With Midnight Star.
Yeah.
Those are platinum selling projects.
Yeah.
Platinum selling, bro.
Listen.
The monster hits. You hear me, bro?
All from Soul Train, all the way through, you know what I'm saying? It's through, and the legacy, you know what I mean? You know.
So, although Dick Griffin is dead now, the late Dick Griffin at 71, he died at 71, 2010. His legacy still lives on because these guys still go on. The brands are there. It's just incredible what the impact he had.
Yeah. No, it's totally...
Because remember when he actually hit with solo record, when it started to expand and explode, the black music industry in the US was doing over $500 million.
Yeah.
So he was responsible for that. Him and Philly International, Quincy Jones, and Whitfield Records, all of them, and Motown, they're responsible for those movements.
And I'm just looking at some of the artists then. So you got artists like, we mentioned a couple of them. Artists called Absolute. You got Babyface as an artist as he kicks off.
Yes.
Vidal. You've got we said Soul Train Gang was a thing as well. You know what I'm saying? The Silvers.
Yeah, Silvers, yes.
Silvers. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Times
Silvers.
3?
Yes, right. Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, whoa. 1900,
yes.
3rd Avenue.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. And he had in-house producers as Leon Silvers the third.
Yes.
And then you got Reggie Calloway. You know what I'm saying?
Which is a serious brother.
You know what I'm saying?
He's the same I was talking about.
Yeah. And then you got from, who took over was L.A. Reid, the Babyface.
Because we need to talk about what they did with West Coast to do with Karen White, Superwoman. You know the Superwoman?
Yeah.
They're responsible for that.
Okay.
You can see the spin-off. You get me?
Yeah.
With Boys to Men.
Yeah.
All that. All that spin-off. All that came out from that.
Yeah. Wow.
And you know what the numbers are afterwards. The numbers was
silly numbers in the 90s, man.
There were nutty numbers.
You know what I'm saying?
Nuts.
100%, man. 100%.
Just from a brother's dream, setting up a record company called Solar Record. And this is what we're talking about. If we put all these albums together, bro, put them all, we probably are talking about $50 to $60 million worth of gross earning from these albums. Probably 70 million, depends on how you look at it. That's a lot of money.
The knock-on effect is absolutely crazy, bro. It's absolutely crazy.
And that's just one label.
And so, guys, listen, Solar Records, the sounds of Los Angeles Records. Yeah, AKA Soul Train. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's Soul Train.
Go down, so like, all them dances, man. I'm thinking, my goodness, I can imagine it. Here's a question to you. I think you was probably in Jamaica at this time, in the with Soul Train on.
Yes.
What did black people kind of like kill off themselves to watch?
Because listen, that was
everybody's copying the moves.
They were we're just watching the movie. We're looking at the style too.
Yeah.
What's the latest style?
It was a really cultural influence.
It was a cultural revolution. Even whites watch it. It was a cultural. It was a thing to watch, bruv. People, remember, it was a nationwide syndicate. And people watch it from all corners of the US and internationally.
Crazy.
In the UK, if you can get it, right? And in Jamaica and other territories. It's big. It was big.
No, that's
so
crazy,
the all
guys.
cultural. That's what you call a cultural revolution. And today it's still a cultural revolution because there's no other thing like that has come yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's nothing to match Soul
Yeah.
Train, you know.
Yeah, man.
Seriously.
Crazy, bro. Listen,
Eh?
you know what I'm saying? Big up to Soul Train, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
The
big up to Soul
late-
Train.
the
I
late Don
want
Calinas
to spend some
and-
time, do some study on Soul
Oh
Train,
yeah,
right?
we can listen. When we do Soul Train, we can
Jeez.
break it down into little parts.
Because epic, there's been epic for performances. They had
Yes.
like, you know, I've seen a bit of James Brown on
Oh,
there.
bro,
You know what I mean?
and Michael Jackson doing him stuff.
Yeah.
And Teddy Prendergast.
It literally went
the
through.
OJs into the whole.
You went through like the classic soul music, which is very live and
Yes,
jazzy, yeah?
yes.
All the way into the more electronic sound
Yes,
where you
brother,
would, you know what I'm
yes,
saying? I sure seen the Jackson 5 on there.
Oh, yes,
you know what I'm
you've
saying?
seen the
And, you know what I'm saying? And
Jackson-
Michael,
yes,
you know what I mean? So,
yes,
you know what I mean?
you've
So
seen that
we'll go into that in the future, guys. Anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, see the impact of Soul Train and whatsoever. But listen, guys, we're here to celebrate gospel music of Black origin. What we're here focusing on the history and the major, you know, the wider look at black music
Oh, yes,
itself.
man.
Anyway,
Yes,
so
yes,
which is it really does contextualize some of our music and the influences that we had in our music, and also what we influenced as well. As
Yeah,
singers,
'cause
you know what I'm
remember
saying?
we influenced-
because we basically trained up all the singers to go out there to do their thing anyway.
Yeah,
Still, you know,
exactly.
so you know,
Yeah,
all these
yeah.
PK kids, man, all
Yes.
of a sudden they start doing some soul track. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I'm
right,
saying?
that's
They go
right.
to lardy to something else. You know what I mean? So, but it's the way it goes, man. But listen, this is Roger and Affinity Extra celebrating gospel music Black origin alongside Kevin Tomlin. Nothing but love, people.
Peace and love.
Blessings.
Hey, this is your bishop from Rock Solid. Thank you so much for watching us on YouTube. Thank you so much for clicking and subscribing, and also sending these videos to other people as well. We are so hungry to get your support. So remember, check us out on our website, and also check us out on Insta, and wherever you want to find us on Spotify. You can play us all day as well. And just make sure that you are supporting this channel, that we are developing our agenda towards music of Black origin, and that is gospel music with a message. So please walk with us on this journey. Bye now.